Welcome back to the podcast. I've got some live updates from Cannes. I'm currently back home though, so that's going to be one of my big conversations for today. I've got some other things about the fact that the UK social media advertising scene, because of the under 16 ban, could cost £1.3 billion to the space, and got some other juicy gossip stories as well. What about you, Carson? How are we doing, big man? We good?
You just hit me with a bombshell like that and then ask me how I'm doing? I'm doing great though, brother. I'm happy to be here, happy to be filming on this Friday. We're filming a little later this week because Luke was at Cannes, obviously. And I've had a very busy week myself. But we are back and stoked to get talking. There's actually quite a lot to cover. It's been a pretty big week, Luke. But before we get into anything, I want to hear, the people want to hear from the horse's mouth about Cannes.
Yes.
I wasn't there this year. I had some conflicts, wasn't able to make it. Next year I'll be there. But how is Cannes, brother? Tell us all about it.
Cannes, first of all, it was my first ever Cannes event. I mean, the big takeaways are it's lots of yachts, lots of villas, and then throw in some like big tech companies with these like ridiculous booths on the beachfront. You know, the exclusive VIP parties. It was insane. But the big takeaway and something to definitely look out for, in my view, is there's a lot of creators there. I mean, creators galore. Big brand. I mean, Adobe had a whole thing around creators. I think it's very interesting that brands are really starting to embrace them. Not saying that they weren't embracing them beforehand, but God, it was a very big talking point. If I was playing a drinking game, Carson, about the time that AI was used, I'd have been hammered constantly.
I'm sure.
It's incredible that word gets thrown around still. It's like saying we're an internet-based company. It's like, when will it become not interesting, right? You know, I'm still waiting for that day. But yeah, like some really interesting talks. I think the one thing that I found interesting is that there's a lot of automation on people's tongues. There's a lot of people trying to like minimize who's in the company and trying to optimize for workflows and whatever. And I think, yes, great and all, but I also think, yes, AI can do these things, but actually you've got to have some spark outside of these systems, because that's what moves the needle, I think. And I think that's something that I'm slightly worried about on my end. I think it can make a lot of people lazy, these systems that are being built currently. And I'm not, but yeah, there's conflict. But I think there needs to be a perfect balance. And that's kind of, without plugging what we're doing, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. But it's hard. It's really hard because people fundamentally progress to the mean of simplicity, right? But great conference, great stuff. Pinterest's pop-up was insane. Central C was at Spotify Beach. That got out of hand. I didn't get in, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a lot of learning. But the big one actually was that Josh Levine's, who is creative lead at ManyChat. I've actually chatted to him before. I actually interviewed him a while back. At their company, they optimize for impressions, not like CPAs or CPMs. It's all about impressions and the quality of the impression that they put on their paid, which I thought was quite interesting. So that was one of my big, like, ooh, that stuck out in my mind. But yeah, that's kind of my
I'm going to be the one to say it. I hate that creators are taking over Cannes. I hate it. Can't stand it. Can advertisers, can agencies and brands just have time to rub shoulders without creators being there for once at a conference? For once.
Yeah.
I am, especially because it's a advertising creativity festival. I don't know why we litter it with a bunch of creators nowadays. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Well,
I think we've just strayed away from the narrative of like advertising actually being good, and just been like, okay, how can we hack people's attention with creators and AI? It's like, bro, can we take a step back and just like celebrate the ads for once? That's what the whole festival's for. You can play devil's advocate here.
No.
Obvious.
Like, no. Of course, like, I think what's very clear to me is that creators are getting a voice. More, they're becoming much more listened to, and I think what's interesting. I mean, again, you know, there's no original thoughts, and you know, everything's copy of a copy, and I get that, but I I just wonder the creator bubble if it ever will burst, or what would it look like? So I feel like it's getting so big now, and their views are becoming so. And again, like companies will pay that because they've got distribution. But I wonder where this will go. But yeah, there were some cool
I
people there, like
I
Russell
have a
Wilson, the quarterback for the
I have
Super
a
Bowl.
theory of where it's gonna go.
Okay,
I think we're gonna see a point where creators just flood the marketplace too much,
yeah,
and it becomes I mean, you're kinda seeing it already with very niche micro influencers, and I think that's kind of where you have to be. These big creators with so many followings, there's like brands, like if they're dropped into a bunch of different campaigns, it's like celebrities, right? You see a celebrity dropped into every campaign, you're like, bro, does this guy stand for anything anymore?
yeah,
Or is he's just in it for the bag? Like I think we're kind of seeing that go around. And I think that's where we're heading, more towards niche, less seeing people less, giving them more, and really hitting the pinpointed audience, or doing same campaigns but diversifying the audiences and the angles to different, like with different creators, right? So let's say you have a product that covers like health and wellness, but also it covers, or it covers the health and wellness group of athletes and the health and wellness group of like biohackers who just want to eat clean and work out and whatever, right? Like I think you go two sides with the creators and kind of branch out more. That's where I
yeah.
think we're heading.
Well, I think there is a. I think also as well, what's clear there is a massive burnout for a lot of creative strategists and heads of content. I think that was something that I got away from my conversations with people. But I
Mm,
think there's a lot of pressure on. Because it's like, if you look at it from the old days, right? You go back to Mad Men or Ogilvy. I mean, I know Mad Men's it's made up, but if you look at kind of the premise of that show, and if you look at Ogilvy, right, they would have incubation time, right? There would be this point where they would incubate the ideas and they could sit around. I mean, yes, they all got hammered, right? But like, I mean, I know the industries have to move on from that, but I do think there is a big problem where strategists are pumped, like their KPIs on how many briefs they generate and how many numbers they put out. And I think it can cause so much stress for them because it's like the output they're getting demanded for is going up and up and up. And I think with the
yeah,
constant fear of AI in the background of their job being taken away, like it's not a nice place to be. So
no,
that was something I got from a lot of strategists there.
that checks out. That checks
You know,
out. I believe
look,
that. Should we move on to some industry news?
mate, I would love to. I would love to. So I mean, I'd like to kind of like kick off from what we talked about last week, but kind of The Guardian, which is a UK paper, has essentially talked about how you know, we're going to see a likely $1.3 billion drop in digital advertising spend. And this is something that I think will be a very worrying thing for the advertising space. Um, and again, I think it's leading to some other interesting conversations, such as how will makeup brands, advertise to these young people if they can't use social media, which has been the number one way to get hold of them. So, what's that future going to look like? I mean, will it be I'm guessing it will be more in real life events. It'll be more activations, etc. You know, that was kind of the big thing that I kind of saw, and I don't know. I mean, what's your view on it? Do you think the brands will have to kind of again go more in real life and more activations, or what's your view?
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to, but I think they're also gonna have to change strategies of hey, you're selling to your parent, you're selling to the parents now. Not so
Well,
much you're selling to kids to sell to their parents because there's a middleman, but you need to sell to your parents, to the parents, like, hey, if your kid wants this, then they can buy this, right? Whatever. Stuff
yeah,
like that. And then you're gonna need to do real world activations, you're gonna need to do CTV spots,
mm,
um, really just kind of get creative with it, like meet them where they're at. Like
agreed,
go to a grocery store and do a testing, go to a strip mall and have an event, whatever, right? Like you can still promote on your organic socials, but you need to be reaching parents rather than kids.
agreed, agreed. I also think as well. I mean, that if I was a brand and I was preparing for it, I mean, it depends on the niche, but I think I'd be looking at, okay, cool. When I'm selling to women, so let's say I'm selling women's skincare to a mother. Can I then do a merchandising play where I can sell a smaller version of the product at discount, so then they can give to their daughter,
Yeah.
right? Like, that would be where my mind would be going. I think that's how you would unlock it, because I feel like now, if you can't advertise to them straight away when they're, below that age, and you have to find a way to seed them for free. And I think using the parent as the acquisition and then giving them free product to see to their younger child, I think is a super smart play. That's what I recommend.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I've got another piece of news for us
Oh.
to look at. We have another Levi's 2.0 situation going on.
But bro, is it a copy?
Heinz,
Oh, they're come. Oh, I mean, it's Heinz, so I accept it.
Heinz, FIFA tapped Heinz bottles at the World Cup. Heinz turned it into a marketing win. Taped, I meant to say, not tapped. Heinz had a similar situation to Levi's. They did not become an official partner and sponsor of the World Cup. Therefore, all of the condiments at World Cup events had to be taped over so that there was no logo. And Heinz has turned it into a marketing play because they are Heinz. So their branding had to be covered up with tape at the World Cup and any like boxes or stuff like that. Most brands see it as a problem. Heinz saw it as an opportunity. Thank you, finding good ads for this. They launched some ads on their organics, and it's incredible. I mean, well done, Heinz. Way to see. This is the funny part. Levi's, dang, you too. I mean, brand accounts have whoever manages these big brand accounts doing this stuff. I want to give you just a round of applause. I mean, it is incredible what you guys do. You're the real heroes out there. But I think this is a cool play for them, and I think it's very smart to piggyback off of what Levi's did and take it to a different level. I mean, you've got even more room to work with because your condiments are in the stadium, so you can take pictures, you can put everything online. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think it's actually this is also the classic thing, right? When this happens to brands, the reaction, even they, it's ironic to me because for FIFA, they in a way, it's like you actually give them more attention than they'd ever have got if they were just given their logo, you know. So for the brands, it's like basically it's saying, why should we ever pay for sponsored stuff? If you just prevent us from doing it, we'll just make campaigns about it,
Yep.
right? It's like
This is where advertising is heading. Advertising what is unadvertisable. It's I love to see the creativity and people just taking advantage of these moments, and
yeah.
it's gone insanely viral on social for these brands.
But like that's, I mean, it's again, it's the classic thing, right? People, it's the loss, it's not loss aversion, but it's like people hate having things taken away from them, and people resonate with that. It's like, oh, big FIFA not allow, you know, it's just from a storyline perspective, it's gorgeous, you know.
Yes. Unreal.
It's lovely.
It's also like a little bit more of an underdog story in a sense. You know, it's like we weren't able to advertise for the World Cup, but we're gonna advertise for it anyway.
I mean, like it's it's in the beautifulest way. It's a win-win for it's a well, it's a loss for FIFA and a win for the brands,
Oh yeah. Big time.
which is
Big
just yeah.
time. Speaking of wins,
Oh, here we go. What a segue.
Speaking of wins, what a week for Vibe.co. They have officially sold to Walmart and been acquired. Round of applause for the Vibeco team. I mean, you guys are doing God's work with CTV advertising, making it super affordable, super accessible. I love it. I'm here for it. And huge congrats to the team over there. I can't believe that Walmart, of all companies, was the acquirer. I thought for sure they were going to be acquired by a PE firm. Um, this is a very interesting move from Walmart, Luke. What do you think about this?
I mean, I think maybe this is. I mean, again, it's a clear example that Walmart are looking to diversify.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, actually, I'm very weak on my CTV game, so I may not have the most insights. But I think for Walmart, it makes sense. It allows them to kind of be in a growing category. And again, as you were saying, Vibe.co would be making it more accessible for brands, and I think that's going to be a continuing unlock because I think people, when they realize that Meta is a great engine, but they need to also look outside Meta, I think people will be going to companies like Vibeco more and more now.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think I find it an interesting thing too, because for me, my first thought is, why would Walmart acquire Vibe.co? You know,
yeah,
like what there's something there that we might not quite understand yet about why they acquired it, but they didn't do it for no reason. So I wonder if they're trying to take stuff that Vibe.co is doing and turn it into a positive for Walmart, or if they're trying to be an ad marketplace and brands buy through them. I'm intrigued to see if like what the underlying thing is. And I haven't looked too much into the actual story of the acquisition yet, but I think there has to be a deeper reason. They've got to be planning something to be able to diversify their advertising, and I think this is definitely the segue to do that.
But do you think it's like, I don't know. I mean, I just I wonder how Walmart will play it, and I wonder what they'll do with the company. But I think you're right. I think it must be from what you were saying. I agree.
Yeah, because when I first saw it, I was like, Walmart. It's
Yeah,
like that doesn't make any
I,
sense.
I was the same. It
But
was like,
then I think about it, I'm like, well, Walmart wouldn't do that for no reason. So
no.
there's got to be something that they're kind of planning or that they've got planned to be able to do with the company.
I mean, to be fair, it's going to be. I mean, look, but well done to the team. I mean, being acquired, I have a lot of, I think it's a great achievement for them, and yeah, I think that's phenomenal. So you can't really beat that. So yeah, any more news for us, Carson, or do you want me to bring some news to the table?
Um, let's see what else. I've got two more, but you take the lead here. Go
So
for it.
this is a this is interesting because this was something that I was monitoring back in the day, not back in the day, but while it was happening, and I was kind of waiting for this to happen because it was just so clearly like the most outlandish claims. We know them, you know them. Polymarket.
Mhm.
Polymarket have got in trouble for their claims that they've been doing on their UGC programs. And essentially, what has happened, and for people that don't know, UGC programs that are run by these companies, they basically pay these creators to make content for them. And then a lot of these campaigns are meticulously designed. They're format finders, they know exactly what to make. And Polymarket have been done for a format where they're essentially making up fake trades to then convert users to use their product. Um, so this came out 20 hours ago, which I thought was a very interesting thing. And the famous one, there was a creator who was a student who basically shows him winning $100,000 on a bet that President Trump would take the word McDonald's in January. So very naughty from Polymarket. What's your views on here? Because I know you know a lot of UGC programs, and we both know them. We know the companies that run them quite well. What's your takeaway from this?
I think it's just this is the kind of marketing that you see from the course guru bros, like completely
Yeah,
dishonest, very very shady, including ton of
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
overpaid UDC creators. And I think it's like it's one of those things where you keep seeing them in the news doing all
yeah,
of this shady stuff. I mean, them and Kalshi, like the prediction markets, I'm not a fan. Like, I think sports betting in general is like, it's something you shouldn't do. I mean, I've done it, but like, I think just generally speaking, they are media machines that just get so much attention now that
yeah.
they're kind of hard to stop and they'll just keep paying whatever fines they got to pay. But man, they both of them are just always in some shit. Always in some shit.
But it's like, yeah. I mean, it's
And it's not a good look for anybody. For the
no,
creators, for Polymarket, for advertising, just not a good look.
no.
Because it gives advertising a bad name, it gives creators a bad rep, gives Polymarket a bad rep. And at the end of the day, we move into the next news cycle and everything's fine.
But then
It's
do
just
you? But do you think, in your opinion, though, it's like we're dealing with a like, because we know these UGC programs are happening right now, right? We've seen the back ends of these systems, right? We know what they look like. I mean, I feel like you and I have been very lucky to see them in action.
yeah.
Um, but like, I mean, will this stop them? Probably not.
No.
Um, but like, eh, I mean, again, like look at like what's going on right now with like AI creatives, right? Like AI creators now, and like people genning up. Like, there is going to be an interesting like thing of advertisers and how they have to be more truthful, right? Because again, at the moment, it's very common practice that what companies will do is
Greatest
they'll have
form of
AI.
advertising is the truth.
Yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm fast. I mean, I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens from this. So, but I wanted to share that as an example of where marketing can go wrong, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because it goes wrong a lot for some people that try and do it in a cheeky way. So, but yeah, And you've got some more news for us, Carson?
I do. OpenAI is getting some free advertising on Twitter at the moment. A lot of people are making images or taking images and putting the logo and the Codex logo in there to show that people can go do whatever they want while Codex does its thing. And Michael tweeted that we're doing OpenAI advertising for free now because they nailed the creative direction. Like, this type of stuff is all over my feed. I've seen it from a lot of different, like, there's this one.
Smart.
Let's see if there's any more. There's like there's a bunch. I saw one with a dude like lighting stuff on fire and it just said Codex. He's just like chilling. But we're seeing like OpenAI get a bunch of free advertising just from this because they've nailed something that people want to be involved in. What do you think about that?
Again, number one point, the number one piece of anything, right? If you have a community that respects what you're building and they create word of mouth, they become your best advertisers, right?
Yep.
Like, in a dream scenario, no one would pay for paid advertising, fundamentally, potentially. Like, I think there's certain things where it makes sense, but like, if you've got an unbelievable product, like the only reason why pay gets involved is to maybe amplify certain parts. But
Yeah.
you know, like out of home, for example, like you can't do that for free. But like, I think you want to spread word of mouth because it means it's a good product. And
Yeah.
I think I mean, it's fantastic. What a find, Carson. What a find. That's a good find.
It's been interesting to see that.
No, it's a good find. I mean, it's similar to like the things you were sharing with me, like the running app where you can like do really cool like visuals, right?
Yeah.
It's content
Share
led growth.
Aura, my buddy's app.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane, right? It's like, and I think that's something to be said. Is like, how can you create an engine that makes content that you don't even have to think about? You know?
Yeah.
So
Do
yeah.
you have any more news?
Yes, I do. Snapchat into the AR glasses space where it bends around your ears, apparently. I think this is quite an interesting play from Snapchat. They're going to cost you around $2,100. And the reason why I decided to bring this on and talk about it is because it's going to be interesting how advertising will happen. Will there be ads on there? Because we know that Snapchat has advertising. So I'll be intrigued to see what that experience would look like. So yeah, this was something that again, you know, we look at what's going on with Meta glasses and we see where this world's going. I'm wondering what your views are. Will there be out of home ads when you're walking around that like get projected on the building, for example? I don't know. What's your views on it?
My view is this is just a shot in the dark. I think they are out of their depth here. The glasses look awful. They quite literally bend your ears. And I don't see Snapchat being the
Stylish,
ones
though.
to do this correctly yet. No. I think the stock
I see me and Carson and our new startup. That's what
the stock is brutal. They haven't innovated that platform in years, and there's a lifetime value to every customer for it. Like, it's not like Instagram or Facebook where people will just stay on. Once you get to about our age, 25, people delete it.
I'm amazed how many people still keep it though in our age group, mate. It does alarm me.
Yeah.
Like, I deleted that last year and I've never looked back.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
I think once you
I think
graduate college,
I think it's cringe. I'm sorry, I have mates that use it, and I will tell them I think it's cringe. I don't know why you're on Snapchat. Like, what are you doing?
yeah. So
Be
I
a
think
friend.
it's going to be a huge miss, and I think it's a matter of time before that business starts to really go under, and they have to get acquired.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Agreed. Now, I'm really excited to show some campaigns because I have been cooking up some quality stuff. I've got 2 banging out of home ads.
Okay.
Carson's favorite. He loves out of home ads. I think he's going to love both of them, in my view. Can I go first there, please?
You can go first.
Fuck yeah. Here we go. So this is a really lovely ad. And I'm going to shut up and let it do the speaking or the talking. Sorry.
That is
Pouring
really
money.
good.
Switch to. Oh, I love it.
That is money. Literally
Does
money.
that go on one of your LinkedIn posts?
Wow. That's really good.
I love it for so many different reasons. It's visual. It stops them. Like, you'll see that and react to it. You'll have that pouring money down the train. It's a very clever word, pouring money down the drain. People know what that means. And yeah, freaking love this ad.
I was really concerned that you were going to pull up what I was going to pull up, but this is banger.
And then I've got another banger. Can I go back to back?
Yes.
So Keir Starmer, unfortunately, has left number 10 Downing Street, or is leaving, and potentially going to be replaced by a guy called Andy Burnham. And of course, the UK advertising scene are quick to notice this. So they've come out with 2 different companies with 2 different campaigns. So the first one is Paddy Power, that says, at least there's one number 10 England can believe in, which is just, it's so beautiful in so many ways. And the other one is, when you're on the 5th PM in 5 years, money needs a plan. So yeah, that's not an out-of-home ad. I apologize, but it's a newspaper, so it's print media, and I think print is a good place to look at for inspiration.
This is solid.
Do you know? I love the gambling one. At least there's one number 10. I mean, that's just great. World Cup, it's relevant.
Is a good one.
But yeah, they're my 2 campaigns, Carson.
I got another banging campaign from this week.
Damn, we're just cooking today, bro.
And it is from
Polaroid.
Go jump in the water, or go jump in some water before the data centers drink it all up. New Polaroid Go Gen 3, the best of summer is analog. That's one. What a glorious day to stare into various screens for hours on end. Sarcasm. And then this one over here, Go Be Pixel Imperfect.
They're very sassy with their wording, aren't they? They really do go for it.
It is a good out-of-home campaign. This is a very good one. This one is very good. This one is not necessarily true, but I still will not knock credit for them. It's still good. I get what they're trying to do, but not quite politically correct for that. I think that's a good campaign, encouraging people to go experience real life. I even came up with my own Polaroid ad to go with this campaign, and I think it's quite a banger, if I must say so myself. And I'll share it with here. I'll share it with everybody right now. Create an image of the best day of my life. You can't prompt real memories.
I like it. I like it for 2 different reasons. It's got the UI that people understand. It's a play on words. You can't prompt to real memories. I like that. Unless you have an AI girlfriend, though, Carson. So let's get that. Can you put that?
Yes, that is. Yeah, that's no. But Luke, what do you think of the campaign? What do you think of the direction? What do you think of overall? What are your initial thoughts?
Well, look, Polaroid. I mean, they're actively looking to kind of create this conversation. They want people to have conversation around what they're saying, right? Like the data center, the water stuff, which again causes tension. And their hope is that, again, maybe not everyone will like it, but the people that do like it will be true believers in their brand and will buy it, right?
Yeah.
Similar to how we looked at Nike when they had the great campaign for Boston and they ruined it, right? So I think it was Boston, wasn't it? Yeah. So I'm not going to say I don't agree with the messaging personally, the one on the beach, but I like the idea that they're basically saying, look, hey, you've got to live life not through your phone, through an actual through a Polaroid, through the camera, have those things that you can physically hold. And I like that premise, but I don't like the beach campaign. That's a bit of a. Maybe that's
exactly where you're at. Exactly where you're at with that. 100% agree. 100% agree. And the next one I've got is Callaway's new campaign that we're gonna watch together right now.
They aren't. Is it? They're getting sued, aren't they, for the metals or something? Wrong brand.
I did not know that, but
no. Sorry, my fault.
Their father's.
Just like that. Just remember that feel right there. Like this, Dad? Yeah, that looks great.
Got tea?
Yeah.
Good job. Right in here. You got it. Get your feet set, hands set.
Nice.
Great shot.
Dad, did you see that? Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, buddy.
I mean,
if you don't feel anything, then you're a monster, in my
I
view.
got goosebumps.
But honestly, there's something about playing. I've been very lucky to play golf with my dad for a while, and it is fun when you spank them on a 290 on a 305 drive down the fairway, and he's hitting there,
Yep.
and he rocks up the old swing technique, and he's hitting a 280. It's like, oh my god, but it rolls forever. So like, you know, I love that. I feel that's clever. There's feeling to that, right?
Yes, and I think the beauty of it is they hit all the right moments, the right emotions. They didn't even touch the product. Unbelievably well done.
Agreed.
Unbelievably well done.
I mean, are they your golf clubs of choice usually? Would you say, or are you more?
It's whatever's cheapest, brother.
Yeah, so that's yeah. No, I respect that.
I'm not a golf snob, but one thing I will tell you is that a campaign like that is something that I can recall having lived a personal experience, even if it's not just golf, right? Like, I would venture to say a lot of people can look at that campaign, whether it's golf or another sport, and genuinely connect and feel something and be like, oh, my dad does that for me, or he did that for me, or I want to do that for my kids. Like, there's so much aspiration and emotion and connection there. That is what advertising is all about. Like, unbelievably well done campaign, and it's only 30 seconds ish. You know, so I think that's a great Father's Day campaign. I think it's a great campaign in general. Callaway, applause are given.
I mean, look, we again on our show, we're not the kindest people in the world, so we are brutal when it needs. But I agree. I think it's a great campaign.
Yeah.
So yeah, is there one more, or is it time for what Luke loves to do, which is campaigns
It's time for my favorite time of the day.
Let's guess, Carson. It's time to guess.
All right, what's my hint?
Broom, broom.
Vroom, vroom, or broom, broom?
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Oh. Mercedes.
No. Okay. So this, again, when I was learning advertising, what most advertisers do when they're learning is they read all the classics, right? Ogilvy in advertising.
Oh, I know exactly what this is going to be.
Okay. I mean, do you want to go for the guess, or do you want me to just give it away? What do you want me to do?
No, you got it. Go ahead and talk about it. I already gave my guess.
To me, this one comes from scientific advertising, and it is a great piece of copy for many different reasons. And it is from a car rental company. You know the name, Carson? Yeah, he does. Oh, I've caught him mid-swirl.
Avis.
There you go.
Yep.
Avis is only number 2 in rent-a-cars, so we try harder. I think
this campaign was one of my favorites of all time. They've got like a ton of different ones for this, but they go into being like how they're number 2 and how it like drives them to be, no pun intended, drives them to be better company, and how they work harder to try and keep business. I mean, it's if anybody doesn't know of this Avis campaign, go look it up and study it, please.
It's a great campaign. And the reason why I like it, and it's a great thing, is sometimes every business knows their flaws, right? Every product you sell, you know your flaws. And that's them owning it. That's saying we know we're number 2, but it means we work harder, right? And that is such a great mindset to have. So whatever product you're selling, whatever you're doing, think to yourself, okay, what is obviously true? Like, what is true about our company that's currently a weakness that we can turn into a strength?
Yep.
Because having that mindset, it's insane.
It is. It's all about reframing the negativity.
Correct. Absolutely. It's all about owning the pre-frame and owning the message, right? It's better to admit to a problem if someone else finds it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you don't do it that way, then it's just, yeah. So that's kind of that's the ad that I wanted to show, because it's a famous one. I know you knew it, but I think it's important to educate the audience, you know?
Beautiful, dude. Well, what insights do you got for everybody before we log off here?
you're not too far behind the people that you look up to in life. So that'd be my my feeling. If you stick something up,
it's a good non-advertising insight. I like that. That's good for the people.
that's kind of my feeling. And I think whatever you're doing, whatever niches you're in, and I'm hopeful that you're in advertising if you're listening to this and you've got this far. But what I would say is just it's time under tension. Just continue like being in the grind, and eventually you'll get your breakthroughs. That's my view. What about you, Carson? What's your insight?
Bestowing the wisdom upon the people. I love it. My insight is not as profound as Luke's, but the volume game is no longer working on meta, in my opinion. It is quality over quantity. I had a meeting the other day where a guy was asking like, hey, we want 40 ads a week. And I'm like, brother, if you want just 40 ads a week from us, we're not a good fit, because we go quality over quantity. And with how much you're going to be spending, like, I would tell you this much is perfect, but the volume game is just not as much. It's not as high as a lever as it used to be. And I think a lot of it's because people don't want shit on their feeds, right? Like if you make a great ad, it will outperform all of your other bad ads. And that's why we focus on what we focus on, because it's all about quality to us.
Agreed.
So that's my insight for everybody.
I think it's exactly exact same takeaway. Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, what a great episode. I mean, we're still here. I mean, how many episodes now, by the way? We must be getting near.
I mean, probably high 30s, low 40s. I think August will be 52.
You know, the thing is, I think the thing for me, what I'm excited about is like we'll look back on this one day and we'll see all these videos and we'll realize, like, you know, I mean, again, is this the most optimized thing? Probably not. But like, this is just the love of the game, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for listening, Carson. You want to say your goodbyes?
Thanks, guys. Yep. Appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Send anybody you think might like this, and we appreciate you guys. See you next week. Peace.